Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha HaKodash. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha HaKodash. All right. In the name of his Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his only begotten Son, the Savior of Israel and Israel alone. All right. In the name of the Holy Spirit, which is the Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, our spiritual fathers. All right. That rule well and that taught us this truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that fear in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And this is an impromptu in transit. You know, didn't really have anything come to mind, concerning the video. So I'm just going in the spirit, you know, and Lord will, whatever comes to mind, I'll get precepts on that, you know, once I pull over to my destination. But, so, hey, man, there's lots of stuff that's going on. These different bank establishments are closing down. Major banks. These 15-minute cities are starting to be more than a what you call it, a conception, right? More than just a thought or idea in the mind here in America, right? They want to implement it. You know, Cleveland wants to implement the first 15-minute city, right? These traps of this devil is being set. You know, famine is also increasing, right? Inflation increasing. All things that are coming to the doom and gloom here in America is increasing, you know. So call all Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. All these different things are going on. Many different things at once. Many prophecies are growing and manifesting more and more each day, you know. So many things are coming to pass, man. You know, and we starting with the apostles, all right, and the elders of Great Millstone on down, and their elders. This truth has been coming out for decades now, you know, and there's gonna be no excuse for why you didn't take heed, you know, unless, you know, like the elder Apostle Tahar mentions from time to time, you may have jakes, okay, that are in remote places, okay. They don't have internet, they don't have cell phones, they literally live primitive lifestyles, and there's many places like that on the earth, you know. I believe the Amazon, the different tribes of Asher in the Amazon rainforest, different parts of Hamland, you know, Africa. You got different, you know, Jake could be amongst them too. Different so-called tribes of people that live life without internet. You know, they live off the land, right? Hunter-gatherer lifestyle. You know, different remote places, you know, different places like that, man, where there is no internet, you know. But for the most part, those who do have access to internet, news, this different technology, hey, you've heard the word, all right? The word is, you're gonna hear the word, man, because the word is going out to the four corners of the earth. All right, now there's not gonna be an excuse. You know, you heard it, you took no heed. Now judgment is coming, and you know there's nothing you could do to get out of it. You didn't take heed. All right, and ultimately you weren't a part of the elect. So let me grab this real quick, so that they are without excuse. Let me grab it so that they are without excuse. Get that in the KJV, right? Romans said by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Okay, no, that's not really what I was looking for, but Let's get this gospel. Matthew's what, 24? Shall be preached. KJV. Right, so Matthew chapter 14. 24 and 14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. So all nations are going to have heard this gospel, this news. What's the news? The establishment of the nation of Israel. Israel coming out of their punishment. The glorification of the elect of the Most High. Right? The earth being, there's all kinds of good news, but Israel is at the forefront of it. It's good news for Israel. Bad news for you other nation, though. You know, what's good news for one is bad news for the other. So it's good news for Israel, but bad news for the other nations. Right? Because they're going to have to pay for all the atrocities and the lies and the stealing, all the different things they've done against our people. They're going to have to pay for it. And then they can go back, you know, into their lands. But they'll be subject unto our law, which is the scriptures. All right. So, a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. Right. So everybody's going to hear this. Everybody that needs to hear this around the world. Okay. Which that's going to be the majority of the world. They're going to hear this, and then the end is going to come. All right. So, hey, that's what's coming, and all these different things are really unfolding before our eyes. You know, we're really just we're playing the waiting game. We're waiting for when the Most High says, "All right, it's time." All right, it's time to get busy. But the Most High is already busy in the spirit. But it's time for the Lord to come back to the physical realm with the innumerable company of angels. Okay, to judge and make war and save his elect. Okay, and that's coming, man. That's actually in this chapter 2. Let's read that part. So we're gonna hop down to verse 30. Turn here. Oh man, they busy. Yeah, we're gonna hop down here to verse 30. As soon as it pop up. Okay, it's not loading. Okay. Phone won't be weird today. Alright. Go here. Right, so we're gonna get Matthews and Salakia. You know, like I said, I'm driving. Matthews chapter 24 and verse 30. Right, because this is how the Lord is coming back. This is gonna be a great sign. And you know what? You know, and brothers have came out with different visions, different stuff. You got Project Bluebeam. All right, they can try to fake the second coming of the Lord. They could try to fake the chariots. They can try to fake these different things with the type of technology they got, the holograms and different stuff, of realistic things that they can have, you know, flying in the sky. They can try and fake it. But when it really comes, and that's why the scriptures, the Lord said, "Oh, behold, the Lord is here. Lo here or lo there. Believe them not." Right? Oh, there we go. I'm pulling up to the destination. Lo here or lo there. Believe them not. Let's read it. Let's read it. Because when the Lord comes, it's gonna be man. It's gonna be like nothing. The world is gonna out, and let me get the precept, man. Let me get it. Salak it. I gotta pull over in this, get a parking spot here. You know, get some more precepts and finish up the video. You know, well, you're edified. You know, I pray and I know that you're edified. Right. So, So now let's get into it and park now. So it says deliver you the gospel, fight. Here we go. So this is all the different signs that the Lord said to look out for, to let you know that we're close to his coming back, right? And we're real close. Now, you have to think about it. You know, Jake always says, well, you've always, that's always been being said. There's always been wars and rumors of wars. There's always been chaos and this and that going on, right? That's always been going on. But really, recently, these things have increased. You know, the earthquakes, all these things together have increased in the current time that we're in. Within the past, let's say 150 years, you know, maybe even a little more than that, you know, which that's quick, man. You know, to the Lord, that's nothing, man. That's a couple hours, man. You know, that's a couple hours. So it's really short, man. It seemed long to us because we're in the flesh, we're in this realm, right? But to the Lord, it's a short period of time, right? Where the scriptures talk about what the devil, that the serpent, right, that he's loose for a little season. All right, so we're in that little season. It's a very little season, very little season. You know, America has only been established for, you know, over 200 something years, right? And this devil, you know, coming into power around the world, you know, let's say what, maybe since around the 1300s, you know, where he started to, you know, come into power. 1300s, let's see, 13. Yeah, man. So it's, you know, almost a half of what do they call it? Not a century, but half of millennia, right? A half of a 1,000 years. I believe a millennia, yeah, centuries, 100 years. A millennium is a 1,000, right? That's why they call this newer generation millennials, because they're born the year 2000 and after. So year 2000 and after. So let's get it. All right. So Matthew 24 and verse 23, it says, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. Right? So there's been many people that came in this time, in this end time, that have said, well, this is the Son of the Most High. No, this is the Son of the Most High. You know, people say, oh, I'm the incarnated of Christ, and I've came to do this and to do that. And, you know, many people have done that, you know. So we're in that time, you know, and there's actually a list within the past 100 to 200 years here in America and around the world, where people have said that they were the anointed of the Lord. You know, it says, for there shall arise false Hamashiach, false anointed, false Christ, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders. Right? So don't be surprised if there are, you know, and a brother, you know, had a vision about this too. But don't be surprised if there are certain people who proclaim to be the Son of the Most High, who proclaim to be the Lord's anointed, and they're actually doing, you know, they got, you know, spiritual power, but on the left-hand side to do great miracles, right? You know, and that's why I was, you know, talking about Project Bluebeam, because, you know, this is the devil's miracles with his technology. But when the Lord comes on the scene, it's going to outshine anything that this devil's doing. It's going to outshine it. So it's not going to be, you know, the miracles this devil's doing is not going to be able to compare. Okay? Just like Moses, when his serpent swallowed up the serpents of the Magi, okay, of the Egyptians, right? The different signs that they did, right? The power that Moses received from the Lord, it was stronger, and it outshined everything that those Egyptian sorcerers and warlocks were doing, man. So it says, right. It says, it shall shew great signs and wonders, in so much that if it was possible, but it's not. This how great the signs and the wonders are come. So, as brothers have said in their videos before, we're coming to a time of great deception, right? The scriptures talk about the lying signs and wonders, right? In 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, the 9th verse, all right? It's going to deceive many. It says that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And that goes into that Project Bluebeam, man. You know? When you look into it. And behold, I have told you before, wherefore if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Don't go there. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Because the Lord told us how he's coming back. He's about to tell us too. It says, for as lightning cometh, here we go. For as lightning cometh out of the east, right, and shineth unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So he said, if they say, well, the Son of the Most High, he's over here in the desert, we got to go out there and see him. Don't believe him. Or he's over here in these secret chambers. Oh, it was said that Jesus the Christ has came down and dwelled in the clefts of these rocks and blah, 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 blah. Don't believe him, right? The Lord, and then after that, the Lord tells you how he's coming. He's coming back swift, right? The Lord cometh into Egypt on a swift cloud, baby, right? It says, for as lightning cometh out of the east, so the Lord is going to be coming from the east when he returns to the earth. Right? Because remember, the Lord is going to gather all of those in the valley of the valley of Yehoshaphat, all right, down there in the Persian Gulf, to judge all those, the armies of those nations round about. So he's going to judge them there. That's going to be in the east, right? So he's coming from the east to the west, right? It says what? Gather by the word of the Holy One, first in the spirit of the Lord Yahushai, and then, which is prophecy, and then physically, all right, by the Lord Yahushai and the angels. It says, for if lightning cometh out of the east, I gotta highlight this. This is some, you read these precepts, and then you read them again, certain topics and stuff pop out at you, man. There's always, call all Yahbashim Yahushai for this truth in this Bible, man. The understanding thereof. It says, for as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even to the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So he's going to be coming from the east to the west. That's one signifier of the Son of Man, coming from the east to the west. And he says, as lightning, quickly. Lightning moves quick, right? Swiftly. And then the scripture says, right, the Lord rideth into Egypt upon a swift cloud. Swiftly, quick, right? The destruction of this devil is going to be in 1 hour. The Lord's going to do this quick. He gonna make a quick work out of this, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be intense, horrifying, right? But we pray that we receive that mercy, man. But it's going to be, man, this is going to, any type of deception that this devil is going to do to try and fake, the second coming of the Lord, or it's gonna, oh man, it's a day like no other, man. It's gonna be a day like no other, right? And when that time comes, you gonna know. And the Lord has given us all these descriptions, right? So call all Yahbashim, we have the scriptures to know how the Lord is coming back, so we cannot be deceived by, so that we are not deceived by what this devil is going to do. All right. So it says here, it says, for whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall. The stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. So we know it's going to appear in the heavens. This devil can try to fake that, right? But he's going to appear, his glory is going to cover the skies, man. There's so many descriptions of how the Lord's going to come back. When you amount them together, if the devil don't, if these different events this devil's going to try to do, if these different events don't add up, something's off, but right? But hey, the Lord is going to have the spirit on the elect to be like, well, you know what? That ain't right. That, that doesn't seem right. Right? So he's going to have the spirit on the elect to see right through this devil, man. It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven even to the other, right? From the east to the west. Now, I noticed, he said they shall gather his angel. His angels shall gather him, right? So, the Lord could be in the Father's ship, and he can have the little shuttle ships come and pick up the elect all around the world and then meet into the one ship. Because the scriptures do talk about, and they ascended, the enemies beheld them, and they ascended into a cloud, right? The Lord can have it go down that way. Which that may very likely be the case, The Lord may even beam some up in the main fathership, but then send out the other, because it says His glory is going to cover the sky, man. There's going to be chariots all over the sky, right? This devil is not going to be able to. He ain't going to be able to duplicate that with his deception, right? With his power, man. So that's it, man. I wanted to do a impromptu. I really didn't know what to go into. At the moment, my mind was drawing a blank. So, just pray to the Lord and, did this lesson. Lord, will you edify? With that, call all y'all about Shem Shabbat Shem Dash and Shalom.